I am getting ready to roll out my dough for the cinnamon rolls. I have a good amount of flour. Also, this dough has been retarding in the refrigerator for a while, maybe an hour. So this is going to get shaped into a long rectangle eventually. So it's best if I can kind of keep it in that shape to begin with. And just kind of pat it out to an even thickness. Now that I have it kind of patted out, I'm going to put a little more flour on the top. I do want to make sure this doesn't stick too much as I roll it. So you want to get this rolled out into a nice rectangle. So this is my rich sweet dough. And I rolled it out into a nice thin rectangle. It's like 10 to 12 inches in depth. And I'm just brushing it with melted butter right now. You can get the butter all the way to the edge that's nearest to you. But the edge that's furthest from you, you want to leave maybe 1.5 inches of space. And you don't want to put any butter on that part, just because if you get butter on that part, it's not going to roll up and close very well. The butter will stop the dough from sealing, and we don't want that. So you can kind of see I have the butter from here to here and all the way to the ends. So this is just a mixture of granulated sugar and ground cinnamon. I'm going to be sprinkling this all over. I'm going to sprinkle it all over the melted butter. Trying to do kind of an even layer. Start to roll up my dough. It's a little sticky, so it can help to use your bench knife. And the first part that you're rolling up, or the first part that I'm rolling up on this edge here, you really want to get it, you know, pretty tight. This is going to be the innermost swirl of the cinnamon roll. gonna take a greased half pan, regular, this is a half 200, or this is a disposable one. A single batch of this dough will make about 1 half pan. This is actually a double batch. So once you get a dozen cinnamon rolls into the pan, cover them and let them proof until they've almost doubled in size. This is going to be a flat icing for the cinnamon rolls, and basically all a flat icing is powdered sugar and some form of liquid. It could be milk, it could be water. And you can make it in different consistencies. You can make it thicker, you can make it thinner. For the cinnamon rolls, I prefer to make it pretty thick. And I do it with water because as it stands right here, this pan of cinnamon rolls could sit out on a countertop unrefrigerated. They don't need to go into any kind of refrigeration. As long as I do this with water, it still can sit out. If I do it with milk, then I have to refrigerate them. So very tiny bit of water is going to go in here. So that I can keep this nice and thick. Just like with most other things, it's better to have too little than too much. So I need just a little more water, but I mean very little. I added maybe a teaspoon of water. So if you can see there, I have a really thick flat icing that's going to get drizzled over the top. These are still warm, but they're not real hot.